You know what? It's a new day. And guess what? We have way more San Diego Comic-Con exclusives to go over. So let's jump on into it in our weekly pop culture wrap-up, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive edition.
Starting transmission.
So the other day we went through a bunch of different companies. We went through Super 7, McFarlane Toys. We went through PX Previews and Monogram. So today we're going to go through a couple more different toy companies. So without further ado, let's jump on in. So first up, we have UCC Distributing. Now, this company does showcase a lot of different exclusives from different companies. So they're not just tied to, like, say, Funko or Super 7. They have a bunch of wide range of different figures. So might as well just jump on in and take a look at all the exclusives that they're going to have. So first up, they have several, and I mean several, Doorables sets for San Diego Comic-Con. They believe they have like a Disney one, a Star Wars figure set one, you name it, they have a bunch of them. I'll have a whole bunch on the screen of the different types they have, but they have a wide range of these figures. In addition, they're going to have a debut of their Fugglers. That's a really strange thing to say. It's really hard to say without laughing. So these are like really creepy, ugly dolls with the teeth and everything. Freak me out. Freak me out big time. So they're going to have a whole bunch of these figures also available at San Diego Comic-Con. These figures are going to run you about $19.99. And they're not only exclusive to San Diego Comic-Con, you might be able to pick them up somewhere else. But you know what? I want to make sure you guys are aware of these figures. Next up, for those fans out there that love Digital Circus, this is that 3D animated cartoon that's on YouTube about a character who gets like trapped into a virtual reality video game. I just started watching this series. And I've been watching film theories. They break it down also and the different like lore behind it. Pretty neat little series. And this is probably going to be the first time we get plushes from this series. So if you love this series and you like plushes, you can probably pick these up here at San Diego Comic-Con. But these plushes are not going to be cheap. These plushes are going to run you $39.99 each. Whew, that's a pretty big price tag on those. And then, in addition, if you're a fan of Squishmallows, they're going to have several, and I mean several different Squishmallows that are going to be exclusive for San Diego Comic-Con. I'm going to just show them right here on the screen. There's so many of them. There's too many to actually name. If you love Squishmallows and you like collecting these are going to be the plushes you want to pick up. So with Squishmallows, these are going to run you $29.99 each. So that's a pretty big price tag for these Squishmallows. But these Squishmallows are going to be about 12 inches. You know what, though? That's a pretty good size to use as a pillow. Because you know what? You're going to be sitting through panels that you don't really care about, and you're just trying to sit through them so you can rest, and relax your legs and everything. So you know what? Hey, why not grab one of these Squishmallows and kind of use it to take a little nap? I'm not going to blame you. I'm not going to judge you. Pretty much a good idea, don't you agree? All right. So next up, the one thing I do like that they are going to be releasing are these limited edition pop art animation cells. Now, these are really cool looking. They're all from the Batman series and some other cartoon series too. I think Powerpuff Girls is one of them. I'm going to show them here on the screen. But these are really cool looking and they're really neat. And if you notice with them is that they have the name of the movie, the TV show they're from, and then they'll have like a little, either a sketch design or there'll be like multi-layer cells with the background and then the foreground cells. I do like collecting animation cells. I have a couple upstairs. So this is something I do like. And these are going to cost you $24.99 each. Now, with all the things I mentioned, there is a limited piece count to all of them. They're not announced on the website I was looking at, so I'm not 100% sure what the piece count is. So if you are collecting these, you might want to go pick these up. These are also going to be part of the lottery too. UCC Distributing is part of the San Diego lottery system to get access into all the different toy booths. So you might want to look out for that. I'll have more on that at the end of the video. Now, the one thing that is very shocking and kind of upsetting for me is that they are going to have the Upper Deck Funko Marvel trading card sets. So that big box set that we got last year for San Diego Comic-Con that cost about $200, it came with like 24 packs. Yes, they're going to have them again this year. However, the price has been cut dramatically. Now it's down to only $100, so $99.99, and that really sucks. I paid double for mine last year, and this year, same thing, Luckily, we just got the announcement that the figures, the Captain America and Funko figures that are tied to this, have been announced. There is a chase variant of them, so we'll be getting that pretty soon in the mail. You know what though? And you were not able to pick up any of these cards or even pick up a redeemable, you might want to go pick up one of these packs, and you know what? And see if you can get that redeemable in there. $100 for that figure probably won't be a bad idea, but I know for a lot of people that is still very pricey for a Funko Pop. So next up we have Plastic Empire. Now this company does have a lot of designer toys tied to it, and this year is no different. The figure they're bringing this year with them is a glow-in-the-dark Comp Tut. So this is their Egyptian-themed Chomp figure, and I do collect Chomp figures. I have a couple behind me right here, but this is pretty cool. I do like the glow-in-the-darks. Their glow-in-the-darks are amazing. And I could bring out the one I have next to me. It lights up the whole room pretty much. So if you love the Chomp figures and you didn't get a chance to pick up the previous Comp Tut figure, you know what? Not a bad time to pick up the glow-in-the-dark version, if I say so myself. And a really cool thing about this figure is created by David Perillo. He's the artist that designed this figure, and he did an amazing job in the design of this figure. And this figure is going to cost you $50 and has a limited piece count of 250 pieces. Whew, that is a low piece count for this figure. All right, on to the next figure. The next figure, we have the Jimmy Bomber. So the Jimmy figures are these really cool skeleton with octopus arms figure. I do like these. They look really neat. I do want to try to get one of these days for my collection. So eventually I'll be able to get one. But I really like this one. I like the colorway with this one too. It's kind of a white, gray, brownish color. It has that kind of military looking color to it, scheme to it. I do like this one a lot. And this one is limited to only 150 pieces, and it's going to cost you $69. So the next toy company that we have is Cryptozoic. Now this is a company that makes little vinyl statues. They're really cool looking. They remind me a lot of the rock candy figures or the vinyl figures from Funko from way back. That's what a lot of these statues remind me of. And this one is the Golden Goddess Classic TV series Batgirl edition. And this one's pretty cool looking. It does remind me, like I said, of these little, like the pinup girl style models. So, and this figure is limited to only 400 pieces, and it's going to cost you about $75. So if you're a DC fan and you like these little stylized bombshell girl looking figures, you might want to pick this one up. All right. And last but not least, for these toys for today, we're going to be talking about another toy company called Furry Feline Creatives. And these guys are pretty much the funniest figures that are coming out of San Diego Comic-Con. Actually, maybe not the funniest figures, but the one with the funniest name. Probably very childish of me to laugh at it. But it's called the Jibby Butt Nugget Handmade Plushies. Now, these figures are really funny looking. They come in two different styles, either spicy or original. They look like little chicken nuggets, and they come in like in a box that's like a chicken nugget box. These are pretty much funny. These are just hilarious. I like pointing out these really weird and random collectibles that are coming out for San Diego Comic-Con. And you know what, though? If you love little like plush figures like this is something you want to pick up. These figures are going to cost you about $45 or $90 for both flavors, I guess you can say. And there is not a piece count for them, so I don't know how many they're limited to. But come on, take a look at them. They have different little chicken nuggets. They come in a little box. You have the dipping sauces. Everything about this is cute. Very adorable. You know what, though? And it is something that, maybe I'll pick up. Maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. It's kind of a pretty big price tag for little plushes. So I may not be picking them up, but they're pretty funny to look at. All right, guys. So that pretty much wraps up the next days of releases from San Diego Comic-Con for all their exclusives. During the video, I did mention that the portal is now open. So what does that mean? So right now, if you log into your San Diego Comic-Con membership account, you can actually now join into the lottery for all these different toy companies. You can get in line to purchase one of the items from them. You're not guaranteed an item, but you're guaranteed a spot in line so you can pick one up. So this portal opened on July 9th, and it's open till July 18th. So you have a few more days left to go in there and put your name into the drawing, so that way you can be selected. If you haven't yet, and you're going to San Diego Comic-Con, and there's been figures here that I've mentioned that you want to pick up, you're going to want to go check out, see if whether or not A, they have a lottery account. And if they don't, you might do some research and see if there's going to be other means to pick up lottery tickets for these figures. Because at San Diego Comic-Con, a lot of these, you can't just walk up to the booth and pick up a figure. You actually have to get a ticket and a time to come back to get in line, because these are very much sought after figures. All right. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section down below if there's any figures on here that you're looking to pick up. What was your favorite figure of the day? Let me know. And remember to hit like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you're notified when the next video goes live. And until next time, this is JD with the Figgy Pop Collector Channel.
That concludes a Figgy Pop transmission.